So we are back again, and today we are going to unbox an Hcalory diesel air car parking heater. Wow. Done a few of these, want to get these figured out here, so we'll just unbox this, and then next video I'll put it together. So this brand, I love this brand. I looked this thing up on Amazon. If I have an affiliate link, I'll put it below. It's actually, when I looked it up, it was $30 off. This is probably the best portable small heater that you can buy for a diesel heater right now. And the other thing I would just say is, as a prepper, because I started being a prepper, is that, you know, if I need to help my neighbors out, I could just put this thing together with the handle on it, pick it up, hook it up to my neighbor's car, and they'll have heat at their house if they lose power for 2 or 3 days. And yeah, so let's get to unboxing. Okay, so I've already opened this up here. Let's see if we can get this. What is this? Now this might be something else that I ordered. Oh yeah, this, I actually ordered this separate. This is what I'm talking about on hooking up to my neighbor's car or whenever I might use this or whatnot. This is a cigarette plug, or if you go camping or something of that extent, this accessory is extra, and you can basically run this out of your car, and you know, if you're camping, you have this separate from your car, and you heat your tent. Wouldn't get this thing too close to a tent after I've seen how tents catch fire.
Oh shit! The tent!
And it will come with a gas tank, which you'll have to install. I think this is 5 liters. I can't break it down. I think it's 1.5 gallons, 2 gallons. I'm not 100% sure. So just set that aside. Oh. See, it's got a neat little handle here. Oh yeah, it's heavy. And before I purchased this, I purchased 2 of these. And I made my own because they sell just the case separate. Ooh, there's a remote. So it looks like it's half assembled. And they did send the correct, this is a Bluetooth controller. So if you're in a tent, you could take the remote with you and turn this on with the remote, or you could use the app, and the app would control the controller. So this is our exhaust. Little danger, do not touch. This is our exhaust port. This will be for the gas tank. We've got our holes here, so you would mount it on the side like so. But I actually, it looks like you can mount multiple tanks. Let me grab that other tank. I've got an extra 10 liter, which has your 3 holes. So you've got 1, 2, 3. If you have a spare 10 liter, you could technically, and I'll probably put this on with the 10 liter. Yeah, okay, so the small tank's 5 liter, 10 liter, and it will accept a 15, but it doesn't have any of the other holes for 15. I've got a 15 liter. Hold on 1 second. And then this is my 15, and it just looks like if you run a 15 that you would have your 2 holes here and nothing on the top. And then you've got you won't be able to have an exit here. We're going to go ahead and put the original, the 5 liter tank on. Then we've got, this is the exhaust. This will be for your your fan, the fan blower in there will, well, I think it sucks. It doesn't blow. It actually will suck. And then you've got your air inlet in the bottom. This is your fuel plug. And then on the bottom here is your plug for your either your car adapter, and I actually bought a transformer too. I've got a spare transformer somewhere. We'll get more into the transformer when we assemble. Then I'm curious at what's okay. So this would be your hardware and your instruction manual. That's the same instruction manual as the other heaters that I have. These are your band clamps for your hoses, your piece for your air filter. Wow, they really packed this in here. What's that piece of metal? What the hell? Okay, this is your small exhaust pipe. It's not very big. This will be your air tube, so you can keep it away from whatever you are doing. Probably recommend buying a longer one. And this will be for your air filter. That'll plug into that hole there, and then it'll run our air filter up top. Okay, couple things. This is our little, well, it's a divider that goes onto your air piece that I never use, your splitter piece. Then you have your air filter that isn't an air filter. Oh, this one might be an air filter now. I've seen these before where they're just molded with hoses. This thing actually has an air filter in it. Wow, they actually figured out that you might have to want to filter the air. The other ones that come with all the other kits, got one here, I'm going through all my pieces for these, have no filter. They're just a hollow tube. This is off another kit that I bought. There is no air filter, so I actually have a different air filter that I'm going to install. Let's go ahead and open this thing back up so I can look at this. 5 kilowatt. So we've got green fuel line that we won't use. When I get this thing hooked up, we'll switch it out. Here's our power cable. This would go to a battery of a car, or I don't know what else. It should have a 15 amp fuse in it. It's got a 20. It's a 20 amp fuse, which is weird because the transformers, when I read the back of them, they are 15 amps. And then it looks like we got a muffler. That's really wedged in there. I might have to disassemble this to get that thing out of there. And I wish they would just include the other better mufflers. And we actually have, that is a different air line than the one for the air filter. They probably, that's probably more heat resistance. I bet if I unhook that, which I don't want to do, that is probably a double layer intake line. And then this exhaust actually has an insulation cover in it for the heat. And I actually thought that might have been, might have to wrap that up after I rip that off. Thought that was going to be a double walled. but it's not, and that'll cut the heat from going to the unit, from tripping it out from the heat. So that's pretty interesting. So I thought that was going to be with Velcro, and it's not. It was just sticky, and it was not put on there very well. So I've got some good heat tape when we reassemble this. The fuel pump is at the wrong angle. I'm not sure why they would have put that fuel pump like that and not angled. Every fuel pump's supposed to be angled. And they actually put some thought into this, because they made a metal bracket. They've got a bracket on this side. Huh. Wonder if I can, I'm probably going to have to make that fuel pump needs to come out this way and go at an angle. And they put a fuel filter in there as well, which I never run a fuel filter. And this harness, so they did some work when they made this kit. They cut that harness. That harness looks about like everything else, but they cut it. But this is assembled really good. It's better than the one I made. I'll have to show you the one I made after this. This thing, if I could have bought this for 100, I think they're 149, and they're giving you 30 off, which would put this thing at 110 bucks. I wouldn't even have made the other one for $110. The case itself was, I don't know, $40 or $50 or $60. Then the heater was $89 or $100. I'm at $160, and I had to rig up my other one. And this is made a lot better than I thought. But we'll come in. I'll move that fuel pump. I'll remove that fuel filter. I'll re-tie this here. And then look at this. This exhaust thing is crazy. That's just crazy looking. And it's riveted. It's not screwed together. Some engineering going on here. So, yeah, that's pretty much it on this thing. I'm going to go find that transformer and plug that transformer in and just see if this is going to light up to make sure I've got a good one and that the transformer's good. Okay, let's kind of push this back here. And this is the Hcalory transformer that they sell. I think it was around $30 to $40. And this will be if you would need to use to plug into your house or anything of that sort. Now you can't find these transformers that are just like reduced cost, and because I looked them up when I set up my other one, you can buy these transformers with these same outputs, which is 100 to 240 volts at 50 to 60 hertz, and the output is 12 volt at 15 amp, which the ones that I run in the garage, I've never had a problem with the transformer. However, you know, if you're running 15 amp and that's running the heater, and you've actually got a 20 amp fuse in there, it'll never trip the fuse with the transformer because the fuse will never blow. So I think that's kind of odd, but they need the higher amperage for when the diesel heater starts, because the starting process for your diesel heater will be your main energy consumption. And then after, if you get on YouTube and watch some videos, after the fuel pump kicks on, you set the heat at a certain level. After that stabilizes and the fuel's being burned with the glow plug, the amperage drops drastically to 1.2 to basically under 2 amps of electricity. These things are so fuel efficient, they're so basic of a design, And like I said in my previous videos, I will create a playlist if you're interested in learning anything from these diesel heaters, is that the UK government is starting, everything that gets banned in the UK eventually comes to the US. When we say the US is going to ban stuff, we say, oh, it starts in California. But these diesel heaters, I almost guarantee in the next couple of years, because of all the climate change and the European Union and the World Economic Forum people, that you're not going to be able to get these heaters. So we'll go ahead and plug this in here. Like so. Make sure my power strip's on. Power strip's on. Let's go ahead and plug it in. Hey, transformer works. Usually, these remotes, you have to have batteries, and the batteries they take are crazy. No store has them. You have to order them. Usually these are the batteries. I don't know the number on them. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Highly recommend one of these heaters. Like I said, this is one of the best that I've seen. They've got some, Hcalory's got some other ones. I wish I could do a deal with them where they'd send me a few other ones. They've got some that are on wheels that look like when you go to the airport, a luggage carrier, and they've got another one that's on feet. But the next video, we'll go ahead and put this thing together. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm working really hard on my hoses, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and sell maybe 1 or 2 radiators for the Outlaw 525. But hopefully at the end of this month of February, I'm gonna get going here, and we're gonna get back to that ATV. Gonna get that ATV put together. That ATV is gonna go on eBay, 99 cents. So if you're a subscriber and you watch my other videos, get ready. And then the hoses are more likely going to be labeled on Etsy. We're not ever going to do any probably diesel heater videos ever again. But these are a great option for, yeah, I mean, I try to word this so I don't sound bad toward people. It just blows my mind that someone that lives in a extremely, well, more expensive house than I do, that you could literally have nothing. I actually am worried about my neighbors, because where I live, we try to take care of each other to an extent, and I just, in a power outage type situation, I just can't believe that people in $400,000 or $500,000 houses have no way to heat their house. They just sit like, well, I guess I'm not going to have power. Well, I'll tell you what, after remodeling that house, I'm not ever going to deal with something like a broken water pipe. I've got a building that I cleaned that went through a frozen water pipe system, and then I went in on Martin Luther King Day, and then the sprinkler system froze or something, and then all the sprinklers fucking, broke and leaked all over the place, and it would have leaked for 2-3 days if I wasn't going to go in on a holiday to drop off towels. Literally saved them probably $50,000 worth of water damage because I went in on a holiday to drop off towels. But, I mean, people just have to, you need some type of backup. You need a generator or some way to heat your house in case something ever happens. You know, people that aren't prepared, I mean, it just blows my mind. So, we're going to get into some more prepping. So, get ready on this channel. You're about to see some shit. You know, my past is a little checky. So, I've got to embrace some of my past to move forward in life. So, this is a crazy video. I'm out of here.